Hayden Panettiere died this week at only 36 years old. I don't know what caused her death, and I'm not going to pretend that I do. But hearing about her passing made me think about something I've noticed after spending much of my life surrounded by extraordinarily talented people. Many are built for greatness. Very few are ready for what greatness brings. And I'm not talking about celebrities I have worked with or watched from afar. I'm talking about the realities inside my own life and inside my own head. I live with ADHD and I battle anxiety. My brain runs 1,000,000 miles an hour, constantly seeking the next spark, while a voice in the background tracks the risk. My son, who is an incredibly talented artist and currently signed to a major figure in the industry, Stephen Victor, battles being bipolar. And yet, given everything I just told you about my internal struggles, if you ask people I work with that sit in boardrooms and studios with me, they'll tell you I have a reputation of being the calmest, most deliberate person in the room. Go figure. But that contradiction is exactly why I know firsthand what it looks like when the mind is a brilliant, beautiful, chaotic engine. And it's why I look at the media business and ask a bigger question. What happens when someone possesses the extraordinary talent required for massive success before they possess the internal tools required to carry that success? See, we talk a lot about building talent. We scout them, we train them, we fund them, but there is a massive difference between being built and being ready. Talent can get you into a room, but readiness determines whether you can actually get to stay there. When I look at the people who burned out too fast, I often use the word fragile. Because of my own life, I don't mean fragile as an insult. Let's define what it actually means to me. Fragile doesn't mean weak. Fragile means brilliant but insecure, gifted but undisciplined, successful on paper but depressed in the dark. And in our industry, fragile always expresses itself in absolute chaos. I had to learn this lesson the hard way in my own career. I was hired to work on a soundtrack, and my job was to record Macy Gray. When she walked into the studio, I completely misread her. I didn't see talent. I just saw absolute unfiltered chaos. In fact, her behavior was so outside the box that I honestly thought that it was a prank. I didn't take the session or her seriously. And you know what happened? I got fired from the project. It was not just a wake-up call, but a brutal, beautiful lesson for me. I realized that in the media business, chaos isn't a glitch. Chaos is a commodity. It commands attention. She commanded attention. Chaos disrupts the expected. The executives didn't care that it looked like madness to me. They knew that exact volatility was going to move the needle and sell records. The crowd doesn't just want a performance, they want to watch a lightning storm. Years later, my best friend built and cultivated another massive artist during the rise of a viral hit song. He was excited and we met at Philippe Chow for dinner. And I looked at the artist and I told my friend the same thing. I don't see the talent, I don't get it. And he looked at me dead in my eyes and said, Ro, the chaos is exactly what's going to blow him up. That artist was iLoveMakonnen, and the record was called Going Up on a Tuesday. But here's the catch, and this is the core lesson I want to teach you. The very chaos that blows you up is the exact same thing that can tear you down if you don't have the structural mindset to harness it. When fame arrives, it puts a giant amplifier on you and everything you've got going on. Money doesn't cure chemical imbalance, ADHD, anxiety, or dependency on drugs. It just finances it. Applause doesn't give you self-regulation. The more valuable your chaotic talent becomes, the less likely people around you are ever going to confront you. They are there for the ride. An entire ecosystem forms around you to protect the revenue, not the person. They just patch over the cracks. We don't build emotional infrastructure. We just build bigger stages for the chaos to play out on. I'm not analyzing this from the outside looking in. I've lived and participated in it. I remember working with a very famous artist who I can't say their name. We had a check waiting for him. Transportation was fully taken care of. Everything was set. But he didn't show up. The money didn't move the needle for him. But the minute I called and told him, hey, there's a free concert down here and there's 10,000 people waiting for you in that crowd, he showed up. That was the moment I realized the truth. For some of these extraordinarily gifted people, the money is just a byproduct. Adulation was his medicine. He needed the roar of those 10,000 people to fill a void that a 5-figure check couldn't give him. And that is a terrifying way to live. Because what happens when the crowd goes home and you're left alone with the noise in your head? The industry treats talent like an oil well. We just keep pumping until it runs dry. We measure everything by gross profit, our cut, a spreadsheet, algorithm, and market share. But you cannot run a human being on math and profit. Read this. The gift is flawless. The gift is iconic. The gift makes money. But the person carrying it, they're just human beings. And when we confuse the gift with the person, we expect the human to be just as bulletproof as the talent. They aren't. They break. So what's the lesson for you, the artist, the entrepreneur, the manager, the creator, the person watching this now? If you're building a business, a brand, or a career, stop obsessing purely over your capacity to produce. Stop looking at just your talent, your strategy, your numbers. You have to build emotional infrastructure to sustain your growth. If your success grows faster than your character, your success will eventually crush you. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. To the managers and executives watching, stop protecting the revenue at the expense of the person. Cultivate readiness. Demand boundaries. Build rooms where the truth is allowed to live, even if it hurts the short-term bottom line. Because a business that destroys the person carrying the gift isn't a success story. It's a tragedy dressed up in a profit margin. Many are built, very few are ready. Make sure you are building something that can last. I'm Roget Romain. This is Street Smart Business, where you learn the game before the mistakes cost you. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to create real content, not AI. Let's talk about it, and I'll see you in the next episode.